Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News with the Sentinel. I'm Oinitham. Let me run you through the top stories, but first of Now, here are some of the top stories in today morning's The Sentinel. First, of course, is the news from the India-China border. Tension, one more time, escalating along the line of actual control, and Eastern Ladakh is the area where tension is building one more time between India and China. In fact, around 40 to 50 Chinese People's Liberation Army or PLA soldiers armed with spears and other sharp-edged weapons as well as guns have come just a few meters from the Indian Army position on the heights north of Rezangla in Eastern Ladakh and are likely to make a fresh attempt to dislodge the Indian soldiers, sources said on Tuesday. The fresh incident comes a day after Monday's skirmish, where Chinese PLA troops indulged in provocative military movements and also fired shots to intimidate Indian soldiers as per the Indian Army. Now, the shots were fired. This has happened after a gap of over 45 years, and these are the information that the Indian Army has been sharing. China too accused India of doing the same, with tensions escalating again. The Indian security brass held several rounds of deliberations. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh met top security officials and was also briefed by Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane about the emergency situation and steps that needs to be taken at this point of time as tension escalates along the line of actual control. Monday's incident took place near Shenpao Mountain close to Rezangla on the south bank of Pangyongso Lake. The Indian Army, in a statement, said that China continues to undertake provocative activities to escalate the situation at the border, and it was the PLA troops who fired a few rounds in the air in an attempt to intimidate Indian troops. So that is the situation along the line of actual control along the India-China border in the Eastern Ladakh area. Meanwhile, as far as the 5 Arunachal youths who had gone missing on Friday is concerned, Kiren Rijiju had tweeted yesterday, Union Minister Kiren Rijiju had tweeted yesterday, and in fact, China's People's Liberation Army has confirmed that the 5 youths missing from Arunachal Pradesh have been found by them, and their handing over process to Indian authorities is being worked out. This is the tweet, viewers, up on your screens, and this was the tweet from Minister Rijiju yesterday evening at 5 o'clock, but we are yet to hear what's happened next. Though in the tweet, the minister mentioned that the handing over process is being worked out. We just hope that the 5 Arunachali men come back home safe. In fact, they had gone hunting, and what reports are also saying that they might have strayed into the Chinese side, but of course, China now admitting that the 5 youths are on their side, and China's PLA has responded to the hotline message sent by Indian Army. They have confirmed that the missing youths from Arunachal Pradesh have been found by their side. Further modalities to hand over the persons to our authority is being worked out. That is the tweet from Minister Kiren Rijiju. So we are just hoping that these 5 men return home safely. They are from the Nacho area of Upper Subansiri district of Arunachal Pradesh. They were part of a 7-member group who had gone hunting when, according to their families, they were taken away by the Chinese PLA, China's army, that's People's Liberation Army. 2 of them, however, managed to return home, and they were the ones who informed the families of the 5 youth who were allegedly taken by the Chinese army. Now, moving back to the region and news from the state of Assam. First up is the corona update as far as Assam is concerned. Here's how the testing has been going on in the state. Of course, the numbers are rising. The total number of positive cases in Assam now stands at 1,30,823. The number of active cases, 29,203. Number of discharged stands at 1,01,239, and the death toll stands at 378. As far as Assam testing is concerned, 25 lakh COVID-19 and so far tested 25 lakh COVID-19 and detected 1.28 lakh infected persons, going by the state's population figure of 3.19 crore. The testing has covered only 8% of the population. The development has hinted the health disaster that lies ahead in case the people are not careful and conscious enough to adopt COVID safety protocols in their daily lifestyle. And here is what one of the doctors from the Guwahati Medical College and Hospital has said, that if testing of only 8% of the populace could detect 1.28 lakh COVID positive patients, think of the figure of infection in case the entire or 50 to 60% population are tested. The number of infected person is going to witness a sharp rise in the days to come. This is what the one of the doctors from the Guwahati Medical College and Hospital has said. So far, only 8% of the total population of Assam has a population of 3.15 crore, has been tested, and already 1.28 lakh people infected by the virus. The Union Health Ministry has already said that Assam is in the 7th slot as far as COVID positive cases across the country is concerned. Now, of course, we have been reporting about the concerns that are now emerging as far as COVID negative patients are concerned. Even those patients who have tested negative for COVID are now complaining of complications which are causing a huge concern for the entire medical fraternity here in Assam. And in fact, the health minister, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, had also expressed his concerns about this particular rising trend across COVID negative patients across Assam. Post-COVID-19 health complications are worrying doctors in the state. Many serious COVID positive patients have developed lung fibrosis, cardiac and other health problems even after they fought the virus successfully. So here is a lot of concern that is now being expressed regarding the post-COVID health issues that most of the patients are showing at this point of time. So viewers, request all of you to be more careful than you have always been. Please do not let your guard down. Follow all the safety protocols and do not venture out unless it is really important. And even when you do not forget your mask, preferably your gloves as well. And please maintain social distancing. We have been highlighting all of these issues here in our websites, through our shows. We at Sentinel have been always highlighting the issues that needs to be taken care of as far as COVID-19 is concerned. And of course, staying safe is the only way, and preventing the virus is the only way, because the state, the infrastructure, as far as the health infrastructure of the state is concerned, it is already stretched to its limit. Now, yesterday was the 94th birthday of Kudha Contra Dr. Bhupen Hazarika. He's also known as the Bard of the Brahmaputra. And Union Home Minister Amit Shah paid his tribute to the legend. Shah took to his Twitter and extended his tribute by saying that as a music maestro and multifaceted personality, Bhupenda enriched the lives of millions with his music compositions, strengthening social harmony and universal brotherhood. And that's the tweet on your screens, viewers. That's the tweet in Assamese from Union Home Minister Amit Shah, remembering Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika on his 94th birth anniversary yesterday. Now, moving on to some more political news from the state of Assam. A city court has declared null and void the recent elections of the Assam Gan Parishad to the posts of the party's president and working president on two counts. The Court of Civil Judge 3 Guwahati, in its order of September 5th, mentioned that the elections violated the COVID-19 protocols and also the AGP constitution. The elections were held during the AGP's general conference at the party headquarters in Ambari here on August 27. Both Atul Bora and Keshav Mahanta were re-elected for the next 3 years as the party's president and the working president, respectively, while Bora is the state agriculture minister in the Sarbananda Sonowal-led BJP government. Keshav Mahanta is the water resources minister in Sonowal cabinet. Now, the court has declared both elections as null and void, as invalid. But before the conference, a few party members of the Guwahati unit of AGP had moved the court against the slated general conference. The court on August 26 directed the AGP not to hold the conference, according to Advocate Dilip Chaudhary, representing the complainants. The court order was served to the AGP via WhatsApp on August 26 itself. So that is what the lawyer had said, and now it remains to be seen how exactly things unfold for the AGP and also Atul Bora and Keshav Mahanta. Remember, viewers, Assam Assembly elections are just few months away. Now, the new regional political party under the aegis of All Assam Students Union and the Assam Jatyatavadi Yuva Chhatra Parishad will be launched within a week's time. This was announced by ASU President Dipankar Kumar Nath on Tuesday. However, asserting that the apolitical identity of ASU will always remain intact, Nath added, "Regionalism is our political ideology. We will promote this ideology in the interest of the Assamese people." Referring to the new party, Nath said the proposed regional political alternative in the state will be against the BJP, the AGP, the Congress, and also the AIUDF. Now, there was, in fact, Lurin Juti is also expected to be part of this regional political party that ASU and AJYCP are all set to launch. And going by what ASU President Dipankar Kumar Nath has said yesterday, is that the party is likely to be announced in a week's time. In fact, they had earlier informed that they have already decided on the constitution and how the work plan would unfold once the party is announced. In fact, they had earlier set up a 16-member advisory panel. This was set up jointly by the All Assam Students Union and the AJYCP, and the panel had some of the very eminent personalities from Assam. And this particular advisory committee had actually suggested ways and measures that needs to be taken once this particular regional political party is formed, and also how ASU and AJYCP should go forward in forming the party. And that particular committee had already submitted its report, and the ASU and AJYCP combined are working as per recommendations of that particular advisory committee. Now, moving on to news from other states of Northeast. First, of course, news from Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh Home Minister Baman Felix, along with Rajya Sabha MP Navam Rebia and MP East Tapirgaon, dismissed the statement by China terming Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet. Speaking to reporters, Felix said Arunachal Pradesh is the integral part of India. Therefore, China should stop claiming our state as South Tibet. When asked about the action initiated by the state government to bring back the 5 youths who were reportedly kidnapped by China's PLA recently, Felix said that the state police as well as the army in the post are doing their groundwork to find the missing boys. And in fact, the state government had already communicated with the center, and now things have moved forward. We had the tweet from Union Minister Kiren Rijiju, who has already informed that the process to hand over the 5 youth to India is underway. We are just waiting to hear more on that particular story. Now, in fact, the apex students body of Arunachal Pradesh, the All Arunachal Pradesh Pradesh Students Union had also strongly opposed China's statement saying that Arunachal Pradesh is South Tibet. So while tension is escalating along the line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh area, here too, closer to home, along the China-Arunachal Pradesh border too, things do not seem to be really going well at this point of time. And the people of Arunachal actually peeved at the manner China has been behaving as far as Arunachal Pradesh is concerned. Staying on with news from Arunachal Pradesh, here is what the Arunachal Pradesh Congress Coordination Committee General Secretary Pari Rico had said that Arunachal Pradesh, being a fund-poor state, mostly depends on central grants for all its developmental activities. Rico said recently, adding that it could be reversed by amending the Constitution of India to bring the state under the 6th schedule of the Constitution. There has been a lot of talk going on regarding including Arunachal Pradesh under the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India, pointing out that the Statehood Act 1986 is defective, which has deprived indigenous Arunachalis from land rights. He said the BJP presently ruling in the center as well as in the state could easily bring the desired amendment that would end the state's dependence on the center. Meanwhile, as far as the corona status in Arunachal Pradesh is concerned, Jingnu Namchung, the Arunachal Pradesh BJP General Secretary and MLA from 47 Namsai Assembly constituency, tested positive for COVID yesterday. He is the 4th legislator of the state to test positive. And the tally in Arunachal Pradesh, the corona tally in Arunachal Pradesh has gone up to 5,180. 180 new cases reported from the state. The number of active cases stands at 1,576. And thankfully, the death toll continues to be at 8. Moving on to news from Meghalaya. Drugs valued at over 2 crore rupees were seized in 2 different cases in Meghalaya, and 4 people, including a woman, apprehended, officials said. Security officials suspected that the drugs were smuggled from Myanmar, which shares a 1,640-kilometer unfenced border with 4 northeastern states, that's Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. There's unfenced border with Myanmar, and the border is as long as 1,640 kilometers, and the border is along the 4 northeastern states of Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. And in the past few days, we have been reporting about so many drug-related incidents, smuggled foreign cigarettes entering the country, entering Mizoram. There's so much of drugs coming into each of the northeastern states. We have been highlighting all of these things. We just hope that the narcotics department really takes some serious step here, as well as the Home Ministry and the Ministry of External Affairs. Acting on a secret information, Meghalaya police had intercepted a Tripura-bound truck coming from Assam at the Shillong bypass and seized 5.08 kg of Yaba tablets valued at 2 crore rupees. So another drug haul there happening, and 4 people held. Staying on with news from Meghalaya, here's an update on the corona status in the state. 42 new cases reported. The death toll continues to stay at 17. The number of recovered patients at 1,716. And that is the update. The number of active cases stands at 1,343. Moving back to another story from Arunachal Pradesh, Dr. Tamar Paleng from the dedicated COVID-19 Chimpu has informed that Arunachal Pradesh Education Minister Taba Tadir has been kept in the ICU and is being monitored closely as he is on regular medication and also hypertension. Speaking to the Sentinel, Dr. Paleng informed that on September 4th, they received a complaint from the minister that he was suffering from fever. After further radiology findings, the minister had to be immediately given treatment and later shifted to DCH, that's the dedicated COVID hospital in Chimpu in Arunachal Pradesh. He further said that with the consultation from the expert committee on COVID-19 management from TRIMS, the antiviral treatment was started. As of now, the minister's health is stable and is maintaining oxygen saturation in room air. This is the update as far as the health condition of Arunachal Pradesh Education Minister is concerned, who is down with COVID-19. And meanwhile, in the state of Meghalaya, the health infrastructure in various health centers like the community health centers and public health centers across Meghalaya will be upgraded. This is what the Meghalaya Health Minister, Mr. A.L. Heck, said. He also said that the health department has received an amount of 75 crore from the state government for the upgradation of health infrastructure in the state. Well, that is all, viewers, that I have for all of you this morning. Of course, news and updates continue in sentinelassam.com. Do find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Till we meet again, stay safe, take care, goodbye.